game show that everyone, I think, is talking about out there. Certainly, a lot of people are lining up to try and find out how well they rank up the elusive miles per hour tree on how strong a storm they're going to become, depending on how many questions they can get right, which incrementally increase in difficulty. We've had some real tough ones so far, and next to see if they can crack the game in any way, shape or form is Max. Good evening, Max.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm good.
How's Florida?
It's good. We've gotten a bit of rain and then a bit of just intense heat over the last 2 weeks or so.
That's certainly not the case here at 413 HQ. Well, there we go. Obviously, I'm sure you've been watching the game. You've been around the project for a while. If you'd like to tell us a little bit about yourself, you can, and also how far you think you might get tonight.
This game is pretty much my territory because most of my expertise with storms and whatnot lies with history and whatnot.
Okay, that's a good
and
start.
Depending on how hard or easy the questions are this time, I think I could get quite far.
Have you got a target?
Not really.
No? Some people set targets, so you're just going to see how it goes and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we've got the lifelines available. We're sticking with the ones that we did during the double series, the half-time lifeline, where we move on to the next question, but the time limits are then halved. It's a bit of a killer, but if needs must, then we have to. The 50-50, flip the question, and the risk lifeline. If you answer the first 5 questions correctly in a row without the use of a lifeline, then you'll be granted the 5th double dip lifeline. So that goes to show that you'll probably get through, if you know anything about storms, the first 5 questions. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Are you ready to begin round 1?
Yes.
20 seconds on the clock for the first 4 questions here, and this is number 1. Which of these is an inhibiting factor for tropical cyclones? Is it high sea surface temperatures, high moisture, high wind shear, or low pressure?
High wind shear, final answer.
That is the correct answer for 20 miles an hour. So less than 1 second, it goes down to reaction time at that point. Alright, next question. I think you might find this quite easy too. Hurricane Florence made landfall in which US state in 2018? Is it Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, or Virginia?
North Carolina, final answer.
That is the correct answer for 30 miles an hour. Alright, heading up towards tropical storm status. We'll blast through these as quick as possible. Here is the next question. Which of these following hurricanes was the strongest? Was it Ida, Nicole, Tomas, or Ivan?
Ivan, final answer.
Ivan the Terrible. It was indeed the strongest out of those. And the last question separating you from being a named storm is this. Which of these Pacific storms reached Category 5 intensity in 2018? Was it Lane, Norman, Bud, or Ileana?
Lane, final answer.
Well, that was no sweat at all. It is Tropical Storm Max, 40 miles an hour. And the audience are very happy as well, of course. Alright, next round, we'll get you from Tropical Storm status to Hurricane status. 30 seconds on the clock for these next 4 questions. Best of luck. If you get the first one right, you get that 5th lifeline granted to you. Alright, here we go. Which category did Cyclone Veronica of 2019 peak at? Is it Category 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4, final answer.
Slight hesitation there. Any reason?
I didn't notice hesitation.
Okay, well, it is the right answer anyway, so here we go. And we've got that step up again. All 5 lifelines available at any time. We'll stop the clock and we'll let you choose. Here is the next question. Which of these, you might find this easy to know in the history, which of these years featured an El Nino event? Was it 1997, 1998, 2004, or 2010?
1997, final answer.
Yeah, you're going to start to get bored of this. It is the right answer. Right. Let's not get a false sense of security. 1 or 2 people have been victims of that. This will get you to 70 miles an hour. Which storm peaked as a Category 5 in 2013? Was it Emily, Phelan, Matthew, or Rita?
Phelan, final answer.
In the Indian Ocean, that is the right answer. And 1 more away now from hurricane status. And then it gets a bit serious, I think. Alright, another gimme that you should get here. Question number 8. Which RSMC covers the North Indian Ocean? Is it the Indian Meteorological Department, the National Hurricane Center, the Pakistan Meteorological Department, or the Thai Meteorological Department?
Indian Meteorological Department, final answer.
What makes you think that?
Because that is the RSMC for the North Indian Ocean.
Hurricane Max, there it is. Category 1. Alright, well, I don't think it's going to be that plain sailing for long. 5 lifelines available. This section gets you between Category 1 hurricane status to major hurricane 115 miles an hour at the end of the 4th question. You're in the safe zone, one of our many safe zones. And of course, you can walk away at any point. Stage 3 begins now with a 40-second time limit. And the first of these questions is question 9. How many storms crossed the international dateline from the Central Pacific in the 2000s? Was it none, 1, 2, or 3? We're thinking about that one.
I'm just going to go with lifeline, skip the question.
Really? Oh, could you not think of any?
No.
Okay, went blank. Alright, we're flipping the question. Here is an alternate question, number 9, which will get you to 80 miles an hour. Which was the strongest June hurricane in the Eastern Pacific? Is it Hurricane Ava, Hurricane Amelia, Hurricane Christina, or Hurricane Amanda?
Hurricane Ava, final answer.
34 seconds on the clock. Do you think you're right?
Pretty sure.
He's pretty sure. We are too. It is the right answer. Well done. Alright. Got over that small hurdle there. 4 lifelines still on the cards. Question number 10, which will get us to 90 miles an hour. Which of these satellites launched the most recently? Was it Himawari 8, Himawari 9, Ghost 16, or Ghost 17? Think of when they launched?
Lifeline.
Really? Okay. Which lifeline are you considering? We've got the half-time, 50-50, double dip, or the risk. Which one? You'll have to choose one.
50-50.
50-50, okay. 23 seconds still on the clock. I can tell you the possible answers we're left with are... quite obviously, Himawari 9 or Ghost 17, 23 seconds. 10 seconds now. You can go another lifeline or pick an answer quick. 5 seconds.
Go 17, final answer.
All right. Do you know anything about Himawari 9?
Well, I'm not entirely familiar with launch schedules of
Storm tracking satellites, yes.
satellite.
Well,
I know Himawari 8, I think, launched either late 2014 or early 2015. I know Ghost 16, I think, launched sometime in early 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
If you'd have told me Himawari 9, that would have been the wrong answer. It is correct. Ghost 17. Well done. Got quite some distance, if I remember correctly. So we've still got the 3 lifelines, the halftime, flip the question, not the flip, the risk, and the double dip. So some important lifelines still in there. Next question will get you to 100 miles an hour, which is category 2 on the Sappho-Simpson scale. 2 away from category 3 status. 40 seconds. Here it is. Here is the next question. Which of these 2017 typhoons caused the least monetary damage? Is it Hato, Lan, Noru, or Nanmadol? Which 2017 typhoon caused the least monetary damage? Hato, Lan, Noru, or Nanmadol? 15 seconds.
I'll just go with Nanmadol final answer.
Nanmadol. What makes you think Nanmadol?
Well, primarily because it's the only one of those 4 that no one seems to talk about.
Alright. How interesting. Max, I could tell you that the correct answer was actually Noru. I'm sorry.
Really? Huh.
Nanmadol was not the correct answer. It caused, I think, $1 billion of damages. And Noru, very little indeed. And the other 2, of course, speak for themselves. Well, it got real tough real quick there. I appreciate that much. If I was playing the game, I'd probably get to 40 miles an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty much just questions were easy, and then it was
like a switch.
I don't know. I think the only way I could describe it is like one of those video games or something that starts off easy and then all of a sudden has a massive difficulty spike.
Right. Well, we're fair if nothing else. Everyone is getting the same treatment. Very interesting scenario, but we got in the end a 75 miles an hour, category 1. I can tell you it's not the lowest we've had this series, so you should at least be proud of that. Max, thank you very much for taking part on your debut.
So what was the number question I got before?
That was question number 11.
For what wins? Or what
that would have been for 100 miles per hour. You were at 90. You were at 90, but it knocks you back down to 75.
Gusting to 90 then.
Gusting to 90, yeah, something like that. Max, thank you so much for playing. If you think you fancy your chances at the Super Cyclone Challenge on this fiendishly difficult series by the looks of things, please get in touch. Send us a message. contact@force13.com to get in touch if you'd like to take part in a future episode of this game show in this series. There's still time for you if you'd like to do so. And now for the next game. get anywhere in our game show this series, well, to try and get as far as possible, and with the potential added pressure of beating a very good personal best, we'll see. It's Hank. Good evening.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Hank. How's Texas today?
Hot. Like it is every June.
Makes a change. Certainly not the case over here. A little bit envious of that Texas weather today.
A little envious of your weather.
Oh, well, there we go. That makes two of us. All right, well, I don't know. It's been, well, your last game was in 2017, Hank, during the Hurricane Week, just before Marcel overshadowed everything that happened that week. You did really, really well. A little birdie tells me, sometimes myself, writing these questions, that it's much more difficult this time around. So, do you have any sort of target that you might set for yourself this time around? I know it's hard because you don't know how anyone else has done so far, but...
I would say Cat 4, I'd say.
Cat 4. Alright, what does the audience think of that? Ooh, they're muted. Oh, that's because they're not there. Alright then, well, we've got the...
Wow.
We've got the lifelines, which one or two changes. It's the same as it was during the doubles last winter. So it's the half-time lifeline, which moves on to the next question, but really with the penalty of halving those time limits, really having to think on your feet. The 50-50, flip the question, the dreaded risk lifeline, and if you get the first 5 questions correct without the use of a lifeline, it goes, you get the double dip added to your arsenal. Apart from that, everything is the same as it has been since the biggest changes that we made a year or two ago. And those safe zones are there. 4 questions from Tropical Storm status, 20 seconds on the clock for the first 4, Hank. Sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Well then, let's begin. Here we go with question number 1. Hopefully it'll be a cakewalk for you. Here it is. Officially, which of these storms is the strongest? Is it Hurricane Michael, Typhoon Gay, Hurricane Patricia, or Cyclone Monica?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Which of these storms is the strongest? Hurricane Michael, Typhoon Gay, Hurricane Patricia, or Cyclone Monica?
Hurricane Patricia, final answer.
That is the right answer for 20 miles an hour.
Yay.
The audience loves that. Here is the next question. We'll get to 40 miles an hour as quick as possible. How many Category 5 storms formed in 2018 in the Atlantic? Is it none, 1, 2, or 3?
1, final answer.
That's the right answer for 30 miles an hour. The next question then. The Central Pacific Hurricane Center is based in which location? Is it Hawaii, California, Wake Island, or Guam?
Hawaii, final answer.
Yep, not a problem. Record time coming up here for question number 4. Here it is. Which US state has recorded more than 1 Category 5 hurricane landfall? Is it Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, or South Carolina?
Florida, final answer.
Well, that didn't take too long at all. Hank is probably our quickest spin-up tropical storm ever. Let's hope it gets more than that. Rapid intensification ensuing as we enter stage 2, and if you get the next question right, you get that 5th lifeline, the double dip, added. 4 questions away from hurricane status. Question 5, here it is. 30 seconds on the clock now, and here we go. Which of the following storms is the strongest? Beta of 2005, Alberto of 2018, Ophelia of 2017, or Jose of 2017?
Jose of 2017, final answer.
That is the right answer. Less than 3 seconds it took to get that 5th lifeline at 50 miles an hour. Alright, this is great. Let's see if we can keep it up. Which of these Eastern Pacific hurricanes was the costliest? Is it Hurricane Odile, Hurricane Patricia, Hurricane Iniki, or Hurricane Manuel?
Hurricane Manuel, final answer.
What makes you think it's Manuel, Hank?
Because I just know that it's the costliest in the East Pac.
We got to stall for time somehow, haven't we? That's the right answer.
Okay, you got me worried there. It's like, you got it.
No, definitely not.
Okay, good.
Question number 7 here for 70 miles an hour. Already. Which storm made landfall in Queensland in March 2017? Is it Cyclone Marcia, Cyclone Debbie, Cyclone Yasi, or Cyclone Nora?
Debbie, final answer.
Not even looking. You look out the way, I just know it's Debbie. No,
there's like a truck going by. I've never seen that type of truck.
Okay.
Us
That
Texans.
is the right answer. This is going fantastically well so far, although other people have had similar good starts that went crashing down as we entered stage 3. But let's just keep our sight on this. One question away from hurricane status. Hope you get it. Which storm made landfall in Madagascar most recently? Is it Cyclone Gafilo, Cyclone Geralda, Cyclone Inawo, or Cyclone Ava?
Cyclone Ava, final answer.
Sure it's not Inawo?
Inawo, Basin, and Ava was like New Year 2018.
It certainly was. That's the right answer for hurricane status, category 1. Hurrah! Well, that disposed of that round pretty easily. And here we go with the next questions, Hank, which will get you to major hurricane status if you get all 4. All 5 lifelines still intact. 40 seconds of thinking time are now on the clock for question number 10, which will get you to 80 miles an hour. Here it is. Which basin was the most active for tropical storms in 2015? Is it the North Atlantic, the East Pacific, the West Pacific, or the North Indian?
West Pacific, final answer.
What makes you think the West Pacific, Hank?
Well, just climatologically speaking, the West Pac is more active than the Eastern Pacific. Though the Central Pacific was really active that year. So we'll... Oh, Lord.
Except in 2015, Hank.
Actually?
Actually.
Bruh.
That's the right
Nice.
answer.
Nice.
Oh no! What's happened?
That's hilarious.
Oh my days. I thought we were going to do really well.
That's great. I said final answer, just like, wait, no, stop.
I'm
That's
so
wrong.
sorry, Hank.
Yeah. It's okay.
2015. Busier than any other basin in the Eastern Pacific. It happened on 1 or 2 other occasions that I can't quite remember when they were now, but usually it is the Western Pacific that runs the world. 75
Whoa.
miles an hour, Hank.
Yay.
Well, next
By far
time
the
around-
worst ever.
Oh my. I don't know what we go from here.
You go from 180 to 75. That's amazing.
The catastrophe continues.
Because you just mess up on one question. That's great.
Oh dear. Well, not the first to do that so far this series, or indeed in many of the others. The catastrophe continues. We are begging you to get to category 5 status or something if you're out there and you think you could do better than anyone this series so far, or you just fancy to play along and see how well you can do, set your own personal best. Send a message to contact@force13.com and see if Hank can give you a little bit of advice before you play your game.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm coming back after that.
Oh no. We hope you do, Hank. Well, thank you very much for playing. There we go. I'm just perplexed. We really need something. We need a change of luck here on the Super Cyclone Challenge. Several episodes still to come. We'll see you again soon from Force City Studio 4. Good night.